Who wrote that fake book pretending to be Joycelyn? Who wrote the book? Was it Azriel? Was it Cash Jones? Was it Tim Savage and Joycelyn Savage? Or was it the federal government? Did the federal government write that fake book pretending to be Joycelyn? And write in the book, oh, I'm pregnant by Robert. So that they can begin to paint Joycelyn as a crazy, delusional individual that needs to be institutionalized. And are they going to get her parents to try to institutionalize her until they can get her to flip against R. Kelly? Is that what's going on here? Because I don't understand why the media couldn't see that this was not Joycelyn Savage writing this book. It makes no sense. She's been silent all this time. Why come out with an 11-page book just before her fiance's trial? That wouldn't be something that she would do. Joycelyn did not write the book. But we need to figure out who did and why. Because I honestly believe Joycelyn Savage is in danger. And she might want to go on and marry R. Kelly sooner rather than later. Because I think the narrative they're going to push is saying, oh my God, well, clearly Joycelyn is lying because Joycelyn can't be pregnant, and we think she's delusional. We think she's brainwashed. We got to get her some help, and we got to figure out where she's at, and her parents need to go get her and put her in an institution, and we got to get her away from R. Kelly's people and his enablers. Y'all don't think that is coming? I think so. We're dealing with some criminals, y'all. The federal government, like I told y'all 1 billion times, is the biggest gang in America. They are evil. They hired Osama bin Laden to kill Americans on 9/11. Osama bin Laden was a federal agent. And I do not believe he's killed. I believe he's sitting on an island somewhere chilling. These people are evil, y'all. They want to institutionalize Joycelyn, or they might kill her off. She needs to watch her back. And she needs to continue to stay out the spotlight. But R. Kelly needs to go on and get their prenup in order and marry Joycelyn. Because only your spouse can have you committed. Right now, Joycelyn is an unmarried woman. And they can step in at any time and say, we got to put her in a conservatorship. We got to institutionalize her. Because she clearly is writing fake books pretending to be pregnant by R. Kelly. I pray for Joycelyn every day now, y'all. In the beginning, I was kind of shaky about her because everybody was flipping, and I was like, well, she gonna flip too, and she gonna do this, but she hasn't. And I came out and I apologized, and I said I was wrong. I said, look, you know, when I'm wrong, I come back and I say, hey, I'm wrong. Joycelyn is in danger from the federal government and her parents. I don't think Cash Jones wrote this book. At first, I was thinking it might be Cash Jones. But I don't think she wrote this book, y'all. The federal government is behind this shit. How did they get Roshana to flip after 18 years, and now the media is saying, oh, Roshana's going to finally get justice and all of this? They're going back and recharging R. Kelly for something that he got acquitted of. And the media is not talking about double jeopardy. That's how you know they're bought and paid for. The media is run by the federal government and the CIA. Whichever way the CIA tells them to report is the way they will report. R. Kelly is an enemy of the state, and so is Joycelyn. Joycelyn is an enemy of the state. Pray for Joycelyn, y'all. Pray for her. These people are evil. We're dealing with some demons. Jury selection starts Monday for R. Kelly's federal trial in Chicago. And Jennifer Bonjean put out a statement saying that it's going to be hard to find 12 jurors who are fair and impartial because the media is at war with R. Kelly. But she's going to try her best to find 12 people that will do their job as jurors and be fair and impartial and ignore the media noise and focus on the facts of the case. When she put out that statement, I said, okay, she is preparing to lose, but she's going to try her best. And even though the federal government has her hands tied and they basically didn't allow R. Kelly to bring in a lot of facts to defend himself, I think that he has a chance at a mistrial, at least a mistrial, or not guilty on some of the counts, because all she has to do is attack Valerie Landfair. Valerie Landfair is a parent who is extremely important to the federal government's case, but she's also a liability to the federal government. All Jennifer Bonjean has to do is keep her on the stand and really badger her and portray her as an unfit mom, and I think that will get some reasonable doubt. They also need to put the federal government on trial. You know, ask them why Lisa Van Allen was a victim, and then all of a sudden they have her as a co-conspirator. Because remember, Lisa Van Allen was supposed to be minor too. But then, remember, they superseded him in, 2020? And they removed Lisa Van Allen as a victim, and they put her as individual D. So that's an area that Jennifer Bonjean can attack. Lisa Van Allen is another person that they can attack to show reasonable doubt. Also, the individuals, Yul Brown and the other man who extorted R. Kelly for the tape and all of that foolishness, attack their credibility. Attack their credibility. And I think R. Kelly has a chance at a mistrial. If not an outright not guilty verdict, he might get a mistrial. I don't feel too sad about Chicago like I did about New York. New York, we were not prepared. The legal team was not what it should have been. And we were going up against all these uncharged acts and all this extra shit that the government threw in. So there was really nothing for the jury to do but find R. Kelly guilty because of the government and the lies that they spun. And that's assuming that the jury wasn't bought and paid for. You know what I mean? I still believe the jury in R. Kelly's case was bought and paid for. And they were told to convict him no matter what. But we'll see what happens in Chicago. But it's not a slam dunk, y'all. We got real lawyers this time. You got McDavid's lawyers who's going to attack Lisa Van Allen. You're going to have June Brown's lawyers who's going to attack Lisa Van Allen, Valerie Lanfair. And you got R. Kelly's lawyers. So we got more hands on deck. We got more hands on deck. And he has a better chance, y'all. He has a better chance. I'm hoping for a miracle that we get an acquittal. If we get an acquittal in Chicago, do you know how good that's going to be for him? Because then we only got to worry about getting New York overturned. God bless R. Kelly, y'all. God bless R. Kelly. Valerie Lanfair is a terrible mother. I need Jennifer Bonjean to really call into question this woman's parenting. Because if you're saying your daughter was on sex tapes, where the fuck were you at, bitch? Call into question the parents. For the first time, a parent is taking the stand. The government was dumb enough to put a parent on the stand. They didn't want to put Greg Lanfair on the stand, so they killed him off. If you for 1 second think that Greg Lanfair wasn't killed off, by the federal government, you're highly mistaken. They gave him a heart attack. They probably put some in his drink. But they have machines now that if you point it through the window at a particular individual, it could give them a heart attack. I saw that on a conspiracy documentary about how they can give somebody a heart attack with some. It's kind of like a stun gun, but you can be miles away and just point it at an individual, and that individual will have a heart attack and die. And that's probably what they did to Greg Lanfair, because they know that having the father understand, saying that, yeah, I lied, that was going to be problematic. So they probably figured we'd keep the mother alive, because the mother might get more sympathy from the jury than a father would, because the father continued to work with R. Kelly after this alleged tape. But then you got to ask yourself, why was the mama at the concert if her daughter was abused? Why was her mama at the Black Panties tour? All of that shit shouldn't be brought up. It ain't going to be brought up. The government might regret bringing Roshana. It might work against them. It might work against them. Roshana might work against them. And Valerie Lanfair is definitely going to work against them. They must be really desperate to have a parent be on the stand. Because they scared of bringing the parents. They were scared of even, we can't, we're not going to confuse the jury with the parents. As if people are dumb. People are not dumb. It's not going to confuse the jury to ask why the parents ain't charged. If I were Jennifer Bonjean, I'd still put it in my opening statements. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if R. Kelly did all the things that the government says he did, then why the hell the parents ain't charged? Once you put it out there, they could object to it, but it's already out there. You see what I'm saying? She should still put it out there. I hope Jennifer breaks a lot of rules. break the rules, let the feds object, but the jury's already heard it. So you already planted that seed in their heads. I wish they would let me come in there and give the opening statement. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Rashana Lanford is a hoe. All these bitches is hoes. And Valerie Lanford is a nasty hoe. And they all opportunists and they greedy and they lying and they stink. I wonder how Rashana's baby daddy feels about her being involved with the federal government. I wonder how Rashana's baby daddy feels about it, because he's supposed to be a street nigga. He's supposed to be a big-time drug dealer. So how do he feel about his baby mama taking the stand? Will he take her out? Will Rashana's baby daddy take her out? He should be scared. Because she too cozy with these feds. They calling her boss baby. She's Angel Cruz's boss baby. Anyway, pray for R. Kelly. Pray for his team. Pray for McDavid's lawyers as well. Pray for everybody. Pray that they create enough reasonable doubt and chaos to get acquitted, y'all. Pray for him and pray for Joycelyn. Let's pray that she remains safe. They're trying to attack her. They're trying to create a narrative that Joycelyn is crazy and making up fake books. Anyway, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly, free R. Kelly, and fuck anybody who don't like him.